Salutations. It's Friday night. I hope you're safe wherever you are, where we're going through this COVID era type of thing. I myself found myself responding to trolls a little bit, getting trolled more than usual. So I figured, forget all that. I'm always move on. So let's just have some fun. This topic is done in fun, but it's something also that has been kind of ignored, and especially the scientific community and a lot of these communities try to avoid. And that is the connection between UFOs and Sasquatch, between extraterrestrials intelligence and Sasquatch. And something I want to kind of throw out is, I think we might be dealing with, is let's look back. The fact that on Earth, there past time, there was a Type 1 civilization, almost Type 2 civilization here that exists. Definitely Type 1, forgive me, that actually is kind of, maybe Sasquatch is a remnant of that. And we've got beings on this planet that were still involved when this was a Type 1 civilization, and they're still acting or doing things and interacting in a way that is on that level, as opposed to being shut out like the way current humanity is. And when dealing with this, also, we're always talking about genetic manipulation and how many different types of Sasquatch are actually seen. So some of these may be actually genetic manipulations through extraterrestrial genes. We're seeing that on ancient aliens and everything else. There's just things we need to kind of pull together. Something I want to throw in with that too, not just the different types and how some of them, if we want to see genetic experimentation on this planet, this could be an example of that. And not to mention the fact of how good they are to eluding humanity and eluding us, which also I think implies a type of inner earth connection. As somebody that I know, my friend Tom Powell had mentioned, he thinks there's an inner earth connection too. And I want to kind of tie him into this, one of the stories that he had told me at the Ascetti Ranch that I found very interesting. He had a gentleman with him that I can't remember his name, that was intuitive, definitely. He had a lot of energy coming off of him. But he would also do telepathic communication with Sasquatch. So they had went to a reservation somewhere in Oregon there where there was a lot of Sasquatch being seen. And he had said specifically there was an alpha male there that the tribe had seen that was reported to be, excuse me, around 10 feet tall. So it's one of the bigger ones. And they wanted to just get a look at him. So, and also he took his friend to communicate. Now when they get there, he says that the Native Americans told him that they had not seen the male in a while. They'd only seen the female and the little girl, the daughter. So his friend went and tried to communicate with him with whatever type of a ceremony he does to communicate with Sasquatch. And he said when he finally got a response from the female, she says, they asked about the husband. She said, oh, he's gone. They took him. But he'll be back. The green ones took him, but they'll bring him back when he's done with his work. We don't like the green ones very much. And I look at him, I said, well, who are the green ones? And he says, well, my friend David Paulide, the guy from Missing 411, Tom knows all these people, that's cool, man. He says that's the Reptilians. I said, well, he was a Bigfoot researcher, wasn't he? He said, oh yeah, but he would never say that publicly because he's a staunch scientific researcher. I said, I understand. He said, but we think this is probably the Reptilians. And I started thinking, technically, what type of a being would be possible to physically make a Sasquatch do anything without technology? Some type of a huge reptile would probably be the one way. So anyway, outside of the Greys, there's a possible reptilian connection there. So I find that very interesting, and also just that dealing with genetic manipulation that the Greys are accused of doing. And we're dealing with the different type of hominid species, which Sasquatch may be among. I personally think that there's a difference there. I think there is a tree connection. I've already went over that. I advise you, please go back on this channel and look at the playlist. So many of these videos don't come up outside of, if you click in the playlist. There's 215 videos on here that you won't see otherwise. So go into the Sasquatch and look at the different types. I've tried to do several things on this. I have an affinity for these beings since one of them communicated with me at the ranch. It was hard to accept that and what happened there and that whole deal, but that's how it is. So that's basically it. That's all I wanted to say. Just fun with it. Have fun with it. Do your own research. Check out the connection between Sasquatch and UFOs, especially when you start dealing with people that have eyewitness accounts. That's kind of something that ties this together, and maybe they're not the separate things that we all want them to be and think them to be. So anyway, thank you very much. Please subscribe. Subscribe on Patreon. I want to thank those people. That's why these videos are still going on now. This work is coming from that channel. There's probably 25 videos on there that are available that I have not put on YouTube. Probably will never, I don't know. Anyway, just thank you very much. God bless, stay safe, wash your hands. Peace.